Good evening and welcome to North Carolina's daily election predictions with Nina Butler and Ellie Bamberg. Today, we are expecting from Thom Tillis to win the Senate over Cal Cunningham with 6 percentage points. For District 8, Patricia Timmons Goodson winning with a 0.6 percentage points over Richard Hudson. And finally, with a lead of 9.2 percentage points, Dan Bishop winning the House for District 9. It was expected that the election in North Carolina for both positions in the House and the Senate were going to be very close races. Polling offers a loose idea of what the election would look like, but the numbers across different resources are inconsistent. A lot of polling is based around larger cities such as Charlotte, and because there are much more diversity in the cities, they tend to be more left-leaning than the overall Republican states. In District 8 especially, Patricia Timmons Goodson polled really well, but the Republican candidate Richard Hudson has been re-elected over 3 times, and he seems to be a well-trusted politician in District 8. Inferring from polls should be taken as a grain of salt, but also fairly considered. North Carolina is starting to become more diverse in recent years, so the vote of minorities such as people of color and younger voters will be a key factor in who will win this election. People of color are more likely to vote for Democratic candidates, but we also find that they are also least likely to actually vote. The same goes for younger voters, people from the ages 18 through 25. If voters such as these decide to vote, they could determine the winner, such as a close race. Young voters are often concerned about issues like climate change and social justice, so that would lead to more young people voting for Democrat. People of color are also more likely to support the Black Lives Matter movement, which also aligns with more left views. This year, more people are submitting ballots than ever before, so these minorities that usually don't vote will come through. If young and people of color voters don't turn out for this election, this toss-up election will most likely end with a Republican win.
Media coverage can make a big impact on this election. With most reputable news sources centered in left-leaning cities, the Democrats are getting much more positive media coverage than the Republicans. In addition to this, news sources like the Charlotte Observer are reporting how minorities' votes will be the determining factor of if North Carolina turns blue this election. This encouragement to vote could push the state left. Like many other swing states, the party that earns North Carolina's House and Senate seats could determine the course of legislation in these next 2 years. If Democrats control Congress, then it'll be much easier for liberal legislation to get through. On the flip side, if Republicans control Congress, then it'll be easier for conservative legislation to make its way through.